But right now, it's time to talk to our relationship expert, because to be honest, if it was left up to us, we'd be giving you absolutely nothing. So, from the website, howtogettheoneyouwant.com, we've got Miss Flirt, Katia, on the phone. Morning, how are you?
Good morning, how are you?
Thought we'd tackle a very important subject today. Friday night, probably a lot of first dates going on, and everyone seems to stuff this on. Now, if you can give us some tips, on when the right moment to go for the big kiss is.
Right. Well, this is the thing. Now, when I talk about kissing, the most important thing to remember is that you need at least 3 to 5 signals, like a cluster of 3 to 5 signals before you jump in head first. Otherwise, you're going to plough straight into disaster. You don't just go and pash someone just because they move into your personal space. So that's the first thing I've got to say, because otherwise people will be going out tonight and saying, but no, she said if they move closer to me, it's a sign.
Yeah.
That's one of them. You need a few,
Now, mate, because Kim's not here, we've got our producer, Nikki, in here for any girl angles, and as you were just saying that, she's going, that's what I'm doing wrong. You can just see you go, you go in too quick, do you?
Yeah, sometimes, yep.
I thought 3 to 5 signals, 3 to 5 drinks, are you mixing this up?
No, I'm not mixing it up. Maybe 3 to 5 drinks makes it easier, but it probably makes it harder to spot those 3 to 5 signals, because you think that was a sign surely after a few champagnes and you just jump in. But the first one obviously is they've got to move into your personal or intimate space. Someone might look at you from across the bar and think, hey, that person's all right, I wouldn't mind kissing them, but you're not going to get any action unless they actually come close. So if they're standing at the other side of the room, you or they have to move closer. Now, if they move into your intimate space, so let's just say they're standing about a metre away, and then they move between, let's say, 45 centimetres and then maybe up to 30 centimetres towards you.
Right.
So they're almost touching you.
Yeah.
Then that's one sign. Now, if they position their foot between your legs...
Oh, hello.
When you're in a bar... Yes, hello. Not quite that close. When you're in a bar and you've sort of got the drink between you and one person sort of slides their front foot just in between your legs. Now, the closer your groins get, obviously, the more inclined they are to want the pash.
Yeah, right.
So as you watch people in a bar situation at night, you'll notice that they start sidling up and they get closer and they get closer, and then invariably, by the end of the night, they're, locking lips.
That would be the point where we walk up and tell them to get a room.
Yeah.
That's right, exactly. So that's one thing to look for. The next thing is obviously, before a pash, there's going to be quite intense eye contact. If they're not looking at you, obviously they're not interested in kissing you. But if they're making loads of eye contact and they're looking at you and then their eyes are wandering down to your mouth, and perhaps they're letting their eyes linger there just a little bit too long before coming back up, then they're wondering what it would be like to kiss you. Now, if they do that, but they also lick their lips or touch their mouth often, then, hello, now the alarm bell should be going bing, 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 bing. Because what happens is when we're attracted to someone, our lips and obviously other areas of our body start to engorge with blood. And if they're autoerotic...
Breakfast radio, please, ease up.
What I mean by that is your lips get redder, and they start to tingle with excitement. So I'm not being dirty. But, what happens is then you might notice that people do autoerotic touching. So basically it just might mean that you'll be talking to them and they'll be looking at you and they might look down at their lips and then they might touch their lips, or they might put something in their mouth, or they might start to lick their lips or gently bite their lips whilst looking at you. And basically... it's because their lips are feeling all tingly and they're wondering what it's like to kiss you.
All right, Nikki, what?
I was just going to ask, is it true that you tend to touch the parts that you want them to touch? Like if you like a kiss on the neck, you kind of rub your neck.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? Yes, indeed. And you know what? It is a subconscious thing, because once again, when we're attracted to somebody, those sorts of parts, like our erogenous zones, they start to tingle, and obviously with the anticipation and the excitement and all the adrenaline running through and all those hormones, you start to get a bit, oh, hello.
I could be just standing at the bar scratching my tackle.
That's again, remember the 3 to 5. You might be scratching your tackle, God help us if you are.
Oh, married man, that's what I want to do.
If you're doing that adjustment and looking at a girl in the eye and giving her that smile, then, that's more than that, isn't it?
Now, tell me, look, here's an important one, and it does fail. You've gone for the kiss, and it's just gone belly up. You've had a teeth clash, or the head swung slightly to the left, so you end up with your tongue in their ear, or whatever's gone wrong. Do you walk away, or do you go for a second stab?
No, look, it depends. If you kiss them and their lips are cold and they don't open their mouth and their lips are hard, then they're not turned on.
Or it's Nana.
Yeah, exactly. So if you get that,
Yeah.
it just means that they're actually not attracted to you because you can't fake, you know, if you're actually not into a kiss, it's very, very hard to fake it because your lips are cold. Rather than being hot when you're attracted to somebody, your lips are warm. When you're not, your lips are cold. So if you get that and you get that feeling, then maybe move away and run, you know, hide somewhere in the toilet or something. But if you obviously have the teeth clash or whatever, then maybe just gently brush, you know, just laugh about it. Have a bit of fun, you know. I mean, it happens to all of us. We're nervous. Of course, when you go for the pash, you're going to stuff it up, you know. So maybe just, you know, push their hair away or gently touch their face and then go for it again. Why not? Got to give it another try, surely.
All right, mate. Well, you know, Damo and I are married, but I can assure you Nikki's sitting there writing everything down.
Yes, I am.
And fingers crossed the girls have taken all that in because I reckon there's guys scratching their head going, I don't know what to do.
I'm sure, but you know, usually us girls, we can't kind of wait for the guy to move in first.
That's
with the
good.
kiss.
Yeah,
So
I was going to ask that. Can the girls go for it?
they can, but
Good.
girls generally, as a rule, girls don't. They'll give all the signals, but then they'll wait until the guy slowly moves his head forward, and then they'll move forward.
Oh, you obviously haven't been to Newcastle.
You what? Yeah, well, you know, maybe after 2 bottles of whatever.
Oh,
but,
I was just talking about Nikki that time.
Well, Miss Flirt, thanks again. Been a pleasure. Howtogettheoneyouwant.com is your website. You can check out all the tips up there. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Thanks, matey.